What challenges does the remote to in-person transition pose to organizations, and where does conflict show up in this transition?
You bet. Well, over the last year, I've already seen remote work contribute to a lot of conflict, as I'm sure my fellow panelists have as well. You know, when you're in the same space, you bump into each other in the halls, you can pop into somebody's office for a quick question or deal with an issue at an early point. So that's what you lose when you're only working by video conference. And so I think people will find as they come back to in-person interactions that staff cohesion is probably really at a low point. Now, specifically, I think organizations may find that those who had to remain in person for their jobs that were, essential workers or had to interact directly with equipment or customers, may resent those who have had the flexibility to work from home in these last months. And one company I'm currently working with this has already worsened a worker management divide. But moving forward, now that both in-person and remote work will be feasible, organizations will have to come up with new policies about who can work from home and how much and under what circumstances, and that really could get divisive. A lot of managers may look at the costs of their office space and start requiring those who sometimes work from home to share space, which won't go down well with folks who used to have their own offices. And then there's this one troubling story that came out recently in the Washington Post about the CEO of the Washingtonian magazine, who wrote an op-ed. Published an op-ed saying that she estimates about 20% of most employees' time is kind of doing extra stuff like birthday parties or mentoring, things that drive office culture, she said. She wrote, quote, "If the employee is rarely around to participate in those extras, management has a strong incentive to change their status to contractor," unquote. Now, I kind of thought she had a point, but a few days later, many employees of the Washingtonian had taken this as a direct threat and went on strike, even though they're not part of a union. So this might be an extreme example of the risks of remote to in-person transitions, but it's a cautionary tale.